Up like Santa.
Kiwi FM.
A little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt.
It really is the only way to welcome the weekend into our hearts today. It is with Sam Hunt. G'day there, Sam.
Well, that's thank you, Wamo. That's a very, very moving introduction.
Well, it wouldn't be the weekend without it.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, it's been a good week. It's been a week of deliveries here.
Oh, yes. So last week.
Deliveries.
Yes.
Yes. Well, could I just put it this way? The moon is just 4 nights old. As you are, boy. So we got a little grandson.
Oh, congratulations!
Which makes me, to the parents, of course. But
yeah.
I mean, all my work was put in 34 years ago. Potential energy, it's called.
But there was lots of pacing though last week. Lots of pacing.
Oh yeah. And so I'm calling him Boy, which I think is a really good name, Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what was a little nod to that lovely film, but of course the parents, Tom, my son, and his friend, are going through names, but they're coming up with some good ones. So it's the old process, naming the baby. You know.
Yeah.
I often quote that lovely thing by Carl Stead, you know, whatever answers to a name loses itself in answering. Whatever does not answer dies. So it's been good. And also the other delivery was that I delivered my manuscript of a new collection of poems called Chords and Other Poems to the publisher. So
great.
It was good feeling. They got lost on the not they didn't get lost, but they disappeared with the courier for about 4 days. We wondered what had happened, but and what else happened? Wow, a lot of good things.
Well, you don't really need more than that, really.
Well, I got voted the worst dressed man in New Zealand by David Hartnell. Have you seen the latest Woman's Weekly?
Is he still around?
With his pink bow tie?
Yeah.
I want his tie. I know where I wear it. But
he's the guy who says he's not one to gossip, right?
That's the one. Yeah, and every year apparently he comes out with the worst dressed and best dressed people, New Zealanders, and over the years, this is the interesting thing, Wamo. It's a sociological phenomenon, I reckon, is that for myself, and I speak for myself here, I've been on the worst list, I've been on the best list. And now I'm back on the worst list. And I think it's gone over a few more times, and I'm still on the same clothes. Haven't changed, really.
No, you don't change.
You get an updated pair of trousers from my wonderful tailors in Littleton, Dual. Giving a little plug there for the best trouser makers in New Zealand.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was also pleased. So there was another SH there. The SH has dominated the worst dress. And there was a woman, I don't know her, but I think she looks great. Her name's Samantha Hayes.
Oh, yes.
Do you know her?
I do, yes.
And so she's also apparently, I thought she looked great. This is in the Woman's Weekly. So there we are. It's all happening. Another little thing you may like to know, just as in passing, is that it is for any classical music, or I don't know, I hate terms like classical music and rock music, but César Franck, Belgium-French composer, who of course composed the famous Panis Angelicus, Bread of Angels. He what is it? It's his birthday today, but he's not alive. So that's a bit of news there.
How old would he have been?
I don't know. But I know, I think it's his birthday. Yeah, I know, I sort of know that. I don't know how. But over the week, what I wanted to mention particularly were these other wonderful things, or some wonderful things happening. I also, a book that was posted to me about, a book of poems that was posted to me about 6 months ago. And at the time, I didn't like it. I don't know whether it was the title, which is Dear Sweet Harry, which put me off it, or and maybe I read something about the author, the poet, and I really do like this book, by the way, before I go any further. I've come to love it very much. Lynn Jenner, and Lynn Jenner apparently stopped writing when she quote, found out about literature when she was 12. I don't know what she found out, but it stopped her writing. she didn't return, or put it the other way around, the Muse didn't return to her for another 37 years, and so at 49, at the age of 49, she started, well, going from what I've read about her, she seems to have done a lot of these creative writing courses at Whitireia in Porirua, which has had great vitality there, some good stuff. You know, I'm suspicious of creative writing schools. It's not that wasn't obviously heard of when I was young.
Well, you're suspicious of kind of all things academic when it comes to writing and poetry.
Well, with poems I'm not, and this sort of proves I'm not, because she actually, this book, which has been published by Auckland University Press, called Dear Sweet Harry, was in fact, believe it or not, I mean, it's quite a scary thought, it was her thesis. It was her PhD or a master's thesis. And what she's done, well, I'll read this little bit of the blurb. Jenna's master's thesis is a mixture of poetry and prose. The thesis is called Dear Sweet Harry, and interweaves, and it's bloody beautiful, historical, no, that's me commenting, interweaves historical characters such as Harry Houdini, Mata Hari, and Catherine Mansfield with members of her own family. And,
wow. That's cool, rewriting history.
Yeah, well, you suppose so, yeah. I'll read you this little bit here. It says, this is what one critic, I'll read you a couple of poems, but one of the critics, he's a grumpy old bugger called Hugh Roberts. He always gives me a hard time, pain in the ass. But anyway, he likes this person, probably because she went to university. But he writes of her work, and I do agree entirely. He writes teasing, funny, mysterious, impressionistic, utterly impossible to classify or to characterize by quotation or analogy. It is simply exhilarating to read, and I can't wait to see what Jenna does next. So, look, let me read. Could I read you one?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
This is one of her Houdini ones. Now this is a prose poem. They aren't all prose poems. There are verses very much in some, but this one is called Houdini Causes an Elephant and Its Keeper to Vanish at the Hippodrome. The baffling Houdini made his first appearance as part of the Hippodrome organization yesterday afternoon and presented an illusion of the sort with which he is identified. The management of the Hippodrome has no idea how the trick has worked. Even the stagehands who draw out the cabinet have so far failed to get a clue. With Houdini, however, are 4 men of his own, men whom he carries with him in season and out. And these men know something, but not everything of his methods. Not even the keeper who disappears with the elephant knows how it is done, declares Houdini. The elephant and the keeper are done away with by different methods, both of which are so complicated that the elephant has just as good a chance of understanding it as the keeper. That's what it...
That's cool.
He's neat.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Lynn Jenner,
yeah.
is lovely. And another one which I really love, and this is one that first attracted me to it, if I can find the bloody page. It's what page is it? Here, I've got it. It's called, I read this in Best New Zealand Poems 2009,
yeah.
and this poem I came across. I thought, I've got her book somewhere, and that set me off back looking and finding it. So, yep. So I'll just read you. It's called a Hasidic Story might start with trees and a problem. Once in Poland or any other country with black trees, a Jewish girl needed to be someone else. Involved water and someone taking heroic action. She bought a set of other people's clothes, which she hid under a rock beside a deep pool in the woods. One day she walked into the woods, changed into her new clothes, and left, which might have miraculously ordinary results. The first day was sailing in past Barrett's Reef and seeing hills and houses. The first summer was the young man, no one else, no words. Involved trees again. The first house had a hill behind it, covered with trees. He built a clothesline, sheets pulled away from this line like sails, and end with wind moving over water. So that's just a bit of a touch of Lynn Jenner's poems. I'll just say how much despite the fact that she's done it So I'm not anti-academic, am I?
No, you've explained that now.
You know, I am anti-academic when I think that people spend too much time sort of trying to work out what's being said without listening to how it's being said.
That's right, yeah.
When you get the marriage of the two, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And just to finish off for the weekend, a brand new one from me, the last poem in the new book. Can I read it to you?
It's a chord?
Yep. It's a chord, and it's the last chord. Goes like this. First time out. Well, world premiere, Kiwi FM. They say soft rain is falling and drifts across your city, where red-billed gulls and cats gather for the frenzy. I knew you'd be coming back. Why? I waited without complaint or going about. I knew you'd be back, gathering with the gulls and stray cats for the frenzy. In drifts across your city, soft rain is falling, they say. So that's a little one for the weekend.
Yeah, and that ends kind of closes a chapter arriving at the last chord like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it'd be the last one in the final shuffle, but I think it will be, actually. Usually the way things happen are the way they're sort of meant to be, otherwise they wouldn't have happened. Well, that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Good-o, all right, well, until next week.
Hey, Waymo, look, thank you very much, and you have a good weekend too, of course.
Will do, you too.
Okay.
See ya. Bye.
See you, Waymo.
That was a little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt, only on Kiwi.